Before this video starts, I just want to give a massive shout out to all my channel members. If you want to receive a shout out, then become a channel member today and you'll be shown on screen like all these other channel members here. Anyways, enjoy the video. In version 14.3, we got a whole new collab. This is with Baki Hanma, son of Ogre, and along with it comes brand new collab units. One of these units added is Jack Hanma, oldest son of Yujiro Hanma and Baki's half-brother, and a man too stubborn to quit. But how does this stubbornness translate into the world of the Battle Cats? Well, this video will discuss Jack's stats and his abilities, and his overall performance on the battlefield. All footage shown in this video is of a level 30 Jack Hanma. Jack is a mixture of an anti-metal and anti-zombie unit. He has 380 standing range with an Omni Strike that reaches from negative 480 to 480 range, giving him 100 piercing range. He sports a health stat of 133,900 with 30,260 damage. He also has a cooldown of 141.2 seconds or 2 minutes 21 seconds and has 4 knockbacks. His abilities consist of weakening zombie and metal enemies for 5 seconds or 6 seconds with treasures. Being an anti-zombie, he also comes packed with Z-Killer, and his extra ability is Metal Killer. For him, he deals 18% of a metal enemy's current HP. Jack having 2 targets means he's capable of being used in a wide range of stages, and unlike most Ubers that focus on targeting metal, he can be used in some way outside this trait. His health stat is fairly respectable, allowing him to tank several hits and being able to reposition himself due to his 4 knockbacks. His attack stat is on the lower side, however, only dealing 30,000 damage at level 30. Granted, it isn't unusable damage, but this does mean that he's usually the one that won't be getting the last hit sometimes. This is mainly relevant due to the fact that he has Z-Killer, an ability that works best if you can easily secure a kill with the unit. Speaking of Z-Killing, his performance against zombies is alright. He has 90% uptime with treasures with his beacon. For zombies, this can make enemies like Zori, Zangru, and Cadaver Bear much more manageable, as these 3 tend to be rather aggressive pushers. His 100 piercing is also very helpful for Lord Gravy stages, and their larger negative Omni allows him to attack and weaken zombies that sit behind him. In terms of dealing with zombies, he's fine, but don't expect him to get too many kills, and don't use him as your only form of crowd controlling. As for his metal performance, weakening metals can make it easier for your crit units to try and score said crit. Jack also has a rather solid metal killer, allowing him to deal 18% of a metal enemy's current health. To give an idea on what this looks like, let's take a 300% super meta hippo who has 24,000 health. Jack is able to deal 4,320 damage against this hippo in his first hit. Of course, his damage will be weaker and weaker against the hippo every time he attacks them, but this initial hit alone could shave off a required crit for most critical hit units. Metal Killer as an ability is inherently better for tankier metals due to it taking the current health of a metal enemy. In most metal stages, however, you will most likely run into one of the 2 metal tanks of Super Metal Hippo or Sir Metal Seal, so shaving off their health is great. His range bonuses aren't as needed for metals, seeing as the only metal enemy with over 170 range is Coronium, and they aren't exactly the tankiest metal either. This can be useful for an initial hit, however, as they can snipe an incoming enemy and rip out parts of their cybernetic build. Jack's usage for metals is pretty solid, as dealing 18% of a metal enemy's HP can usually mean needing to get less crits overall. So, how good is Jack Hanma overall? Well, I would say he does a good job at what he does. You probably won't be using him outside zombies and metals, but against these 2 traits, especially metal, he could be a useful ally in making these enemies easier to handle. Having nearly 100% weaken uptime allows him to make his targets deal way less damage in the long run. His usage for metals is where he's at his best, as being able to take a solid chunk of the tankier metals usually means you need less crits overall to beat a metal heavy stage. With all that said, I want to thank you for watching this analysis of Jack Hanma. If you thought this insight was interesting, then be sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy Battle Cats content, and comment down below your thoughts on Jack Hanma. I'd love to hear what you all think of them. Also, shout out to the following channel members: Dr. Deadly, Potato King, Gross Cat the Best, Barely Grover, Ian Dean, and Uberless for being silver members or higher. If you want to receive a shout out like these channel members here, then become a silver member or higher today. Becoming a channel member supports what I do in a way that helps keep the lights on, and channel members receive an exclusive role on my Discord server, for which you can find a link to in the description down below. Anyways, I hope you have a wonderful day.